Good afternoon, Joe Vodvarka here for JSV Traffic. It's a Friday afternoon. People are just getting ready to leave work. It's raining out, and you're probably thinking, how's the traffic? Well, here's my answer to that. Not looking too good right now. We got quite a few delays out there. Almost all the majors now have at least a delay in one spot or another, and one that definitely has delays right now is the Schuylkill Expressway. If you're traveling outbound on the Schuylkill Expressway, from approaching Chestnut Street or South Street, you're hitting the brakes from there all the way out through to the Conshohocken Curve. And in between there, it's really bad from the Vine Street Expressway out to Belmont Avenue, where it's just crawling. I mean, absolutely crawling. Most of the ride there, it's going to be about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Maybe right around Montgomery Drive, you pick up to about 15 miles per hour. But generally, it's just barely even moving right now. Inbound, same deal. If you're traveling inbound from, say, around 202 through to the Blue Route, that's where you're really hitting the delays right now. And then again, you're hitting delays from Belmont right on into about South Street, where it's just also crawling. Let's go take a look at our traffic cameras right now. And first thing we're going to look at is the Schuylkill Expressway, and you will find out that it is moving very slowly. Let's take a look at Schuylkill Expressway around Montgomery Drive. I mean, look at all the cars here. It's just solid, jammed traffic in each direction. Let's take a look at the Schuylkill Expressway again at Montgomery Drive. You can see eastbound, it's really bumper to bumper. Westbound, it's not as bad here because you got a delay exiting. You got the exiting delay, so that's just making things even worse. Now let's go take a look out by the Conshohocken Curve. You can see eastbound crawling. Outbound's not that bad in this area, but don't be fooled. This is just one spot where it just happens to be moving along nicely. Now we can show you Belmont Avenue. You can see both directions crawling. Let's take a look at City Line Avenue. Yeah, City Line Avenue, it's already jammed to go outbound on the Schuylkill Expressway. Go take a look down at the Vine Street Expressway. Actually, let's take a look at the Vine Street Expressway. There's the Vine Street Expressway eastbound. Maybe some people are thinking, hey, let's go this way. There's less traffic here than the Walt Whitman Bridge. Vine Street Expressway generally jammed from the Schuylkill Expressway through to 95, both directions. Matter of fact, if you're coming in on the Ben Franklin Bridge, now I do not have the camera on the Ben Franklin Bridge. I don't have access to that. But on the maps, it is actually jammed mid-span of the Ben Franklin Bridge right on through to the Schuylkill Expressway. You're going to lose about 20 minutes there. And then, however long you have to travel on the Schuylkill Expressway, that's going to cause you delays as well. Here's I-95 southbound and northbound at Frankfort Avenue. Southbound, not all too bad yet. We are starting to see volume increase here on the southbound side. Northbound, it's an absolute crawl. Generally from Columbus Boulevard, this is right where it starts here. If you were to turn the camera around, this is where it starts, all the way up to Cottman Avenue. Let's take a look at the Vine Street Expressway where it meets I-95, and you can see here it's just generally jammed northbound. Now let's take a look at the Roosevelt Expressway. Just a few minutes ago, we did have a disabled vehicle right in the middle here. That is now cleared. However, heavy traffic remains, and that volume that was backlogged there, that's starting to back up at Wissahickon Avenue. We are calling it generally jammed from 17th Street up here all the way back south through to the Schuylkill Expressway. So if you're coming off the Schuylkill Expressway, as soon as you get off that ramp, you're going to hit the delays. Southbound on the Roosevelt Expressway, you will hit delays generally from Fox Street right on down through to the Schuylkill Expressway. This is due to delays on the Schuylkill Expressway. Now let's take a look at the Blue Route, my friends. The Blue Route, it's not too bad yet, but it's definitely getting heavy in both directions. Primarily northbound, we will soon start to see these delays on the Northeast Extension. We don't have delays on the extension northbound yet, but I expect them to happen a little bit earlier than normal today. While we're talking about the Turnpike, there's multiple things I want to bring up here. First of all, this is out in central Pennsylvania. No traffic's being allowed to enter into the Sliding Hill Surface Plaza eastbound. There is a vehicle accident. Additionally, for 6 hours, come tomorrow night at 11:45 p.m., April 9th, all eastbound traffic will be diverted off at the Bedford exit 146. All westbound traffic will be diverted off at the Breezewood exit 146. They are doing required demolition of the Ashcombe Road Bridge. Evidently they're replacing that bridge. It could be part of the total reconstruction project of the turnpike. As if you did not know, they are upgrading the whole entire turnpike. It's eventually going to become 3 lanes in each direction. They're doing it section by section. It's going to take many years to complete. Also, I want to point out, there's the blue route again. Also, I want to point out they are doing construction at the Delaware Valley Toll Plaza. This is going on until April 11th at 5:30 a.m. Lane 2 will be closed for road work. Just use any other lane besides lane 2. Now let's take a look at Downingtown and Valley Forge. Tomorrow night for 6 hours this will be closed also for road construction. They have started the project to upgrade that to 3 lanes in each direction as well to help alleviate congestion and plan for the future. Now let's take a look at the traffic cameras here on the turnpike. Valley Forge, we're moving along fine. There's the exit of Valley Forge. We do have moderate volumes exiting at the interchange. The extension cam, that's not working right now. Westbound on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, I've been monitoring this and I've been thinking to myself it's bound to back up soon because it was getting very heavy. If you're traveling from Virginia Drive through to Mid-County westbound, it is now generally stop and go due to heavy traffic and the wet weather in both directions. Also, approaching Willow Grove, you cannot see here, they just changed the traffic camera around, but we do have some slowing exiting at the Willow Grove interchange due to heavy traffic. If you're traveling at the Ben Salem area, no major delays yet. And if you're traveling in the area Harrisburg East, we have no delays exiting yet, but on Fridays we tend to sometimes see a backlog here right onto the toll plaza off-ramp. It's possible, it could happen within the next hour. That's when it would happen if it does. Right now we don't have any delays there, it's moving along freely. But you want to watch out, visibility is reduced all across the area. We do have the rain coming down at a pretty good clip. Let's go back to the PennDOT cameras and take a look at the blue route now. South of the Mid-County area, this is the blue route. It says traveling eastbound, really this is northbound on the blue route. You can see we had delays here approaching Gulf Road. So I had the delays southbound around County Line Road, and I'm calling it generally heavy with several areas of congestion right on down through to 95. Sometimes you'll be moving, sometimes you'll hit the delay. This is approximately about a 15-mile backup from Gulf Road through to 95. You can see there it was jammed. Here it is again, jammed approaching Route 1. Here at Baltimore Pike, both directions we have stop and go traffic. And generally from Baltimore Pike on down, both directions you're going to find it stop and go from 95 through to Baltimore Pike. Now let's go look at around the SEPTA overpass. You can see northbound's not as bad here, but it is slow. Southbound is just generally jammed. That's because we got a lot of volume trying to get onto the already crowded 95. 95 is generally jammed from the Delaware state line on up to the blue route. This is due to heavy traffic. This is about a 10-mile delay. It is going to cost you about 30 minutes through the area. You're going to be stuck in traffic. I want to show you 95 again one more time at the Gerard Point double-decker bridge. You can see here it is moving slowly in each direction. We have slow traffic. Now let's take a look at 202. We have had delays trying to develop on 202 eastbound on the ramp going towards the Schuylkill Expressway, and it has happened now. We actually have a 1-mile delay getting onto the Schuylkill Expressway on 202. Let's go back one camera prior to this to see if we're backed up any further. You can see here both directions. It's moving along fine here, but that delay is only going to continue to grow as we get closer to the rush hour. Now looking at 202 out near 29, it's not doing too bad here. Just prior to here, we do have volume starting to build here, so eventually this will slow down within the next 20 minutes or so. If you're traveling on Route 100 bypass this afternoon, we do have delays heading into the traffic light there. It is backed up approximately about a half a mile. It's not really a major delay yet. It could grow. We will continue to monitor that for you. 422, this is an area where we always see delays in the afternoon, and that's no exception today. We do have delays approaching Pauline's Road westbound. You can see them here on the right side of the camera. It is moving along fine for now, but it's generally going to get slower as we come closer to rush hour. Here it is again around 363. We got heavy traffic going outbound. Now let's take a look at radar real quickly. I want to show you we do have some heavy rain starting to filter into the area. Generally, if you're traveling in Delaware and just west of the city, we have heavy rain now developing. This is going to slow down the speeds even more. So Schuylkill Expressway outbound, it's already 40 minutes from Center City to the Blue Route inbound, the same thing. These travel times are eventually going to increase to about an hour within the next 20 minutes or so. Now let's go back to our SIG alert map one more time. Let's see if we have any new accidents that popped up here, because we did have a couple. We have closed to an accident north of 11th Street at Filbert Street. This is in downtown Center City, and you know this is a highly congested area, so this is only going to increase the delays this afternoon. Downtown, so you're going to want to stay away from that area. Try 13th Street or 12th Street, depending on where you have to go. We also have an accident on Old Lancaster Avenue, right near City Line Avenue. This is at Union Avenue, but the delay starts at City Avenue. This occurred at 3:02 p.m. It is still in effect, and it is causing delays in the area. As you can see on City Line Avenue, it is very slow this afternoon. All the traffic lights are backed up today. Let's take another look here near the Turnpike. We do have an accident. Henderson Road at Monroe Road. It occurred at 3 o'clock this afternoon. There are lane restrictions in the area. It was expected to last a half hour. I never go by that. It's usually wrong. And here we are. It's a half hour now, and it's still causing delays in that area. Now let's take a look at 95 southbound real quickly at the speeds. As you can see, the volume is building as I expected to, down through to Allegheny Avenue. We do now have an accident at Allegheny Avenue. Occurred around 12 o'clock this afternoon. It's still in effect. Probably a serious accident. Try to look at the cameras here for you real quickly before we wrap this up. Let's see what's going on there. It's I-95 southbound at the Betsy Ross Bridge. You can see it is just generally jammed in this area. There, this camera at Castro Avenue, it's having issues right now. There's I-95 northbound, moving along fine at Indiana Street with slow traffic. I mean, it's not too bad. We have seen worse here, and I expect it to get worse. Southbound is moving along great. It is heavy. It's going to start to slow down soon. That is all I have for this afternoon. We'll try and get another update in within the next hour or two. I'm Joe Vodvarka for JSV Traffic. Drive safely out there. Take your time. You will get to your destination. I promise you of that. It's just going to take time in doing so with the wet weather. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching.